My son Amaziah just woke up, went to the front door and came back screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, letters." As I flicked through the letters to see if there was anything of interest, one of those letters stood out to me, Theophilus. My wife Emma saw the puzzled look on my face as I scanned the outside of this letter. Then I showed it to her. Then I observed her go through the same change in facial expression as me as she began to scan the outside of the letter as well. But then she opened it. As she tore through the paper, my heart began to race. What could this letter be, I wondered? As she read through the letter, I began to peer over and read as well. "The police are looking for you." That's basically the summation of what the letter actually said. The letter revealed how our car was caught speeding last week. But it gets worse. What does the police have to do with the speeding matter, I wondered? Me and Emma, we looked at each other and we asked ourselves, who was driving? And more importantly, where were we going? As we calmed down a little, as we began to look for more information, we saw the date of the crime. It was from last week. Now is a good time to let you know there was more than one letter, Theophilus. We opened the next letter and it revealed another crime the police were looking into. This was on the same day but later on in the evening. I thought about how we had driven to and from a fellowship that evening. So I knew out of the two of us, I was the one the police would be looking for. And because I was the one driving this evening, I took a deep breath and confessed to Emma. I was the one driving if it was on that day. Emma then picked up her phone, she opened up her sat-nav application and punched in the address. The location of these crimes were nearby and close to our usual routine, it seemed. But that was when we noticed a few vitally important things. Number one, by the time of the first crime, we were already inside the fellowship. Number two, we had scratched a parking permit from 7:10 that evening. Number three, we were not fellowshipping in the house that was along that journey this week. Number four, when we had driven to that area recently, we had taken a completely different route every single time. And number five, when the second crime was taking place, we were still inside fellowshipping because we actually left about after midnight. So somebody stole our car for 5 hours and had it back in time for us to go home and drive home from fellowship. It's possible, Theophilus. But the more reasonable scenario is someone copied our car plates in order to commit a crime. It's now got with the wind, as they say, and left us to deal with the police. As we came to these realizations, I said to Emma, do you see how things come up to try to distract you from what you're supposed to do? Tonight's my highly anticipated next session in Luke, and this is trying to take my time and create anxiety. Let's focus on the things we both have to do over the next couple days and not be distracted by things like this. It's not a coincidence, Theophilus, that this happened this morning. I want you to notice that every time you are doing something significant, there are going to be things which try to steal from you. There will be things which try to make you anxious. There are going to be things which try to waste your time, but please don't allow it to rob you of what God wants to do with you. The enemy may try to use something like this for evil, but God turns even evil things, as we know in the Bible, around for his good. So I didn't allow that morning's shocking scenario to distract me from my next session in Luke. Go and see how I didn't let it affect me here and be blessed. Thank you for watching today's video. God bless, and I'll see you soon. Take care.